Did you know that over 65% of people in the United States are living paycheck to paycheck? According to a 2023 Forbes survey, for millennials aged 28 to 43, nearly a third have no money left after paying their bills at the end of the month. Living paycheck to paycheck is like being in a delicate balancing act that can very easily turn to your worst nightmare, being homeless. If you're having trouble saving money or paying off your credit cards, student loans, this video is definitely for you. And it sometimes can feel really scary facing these challenges, but putting them off anymore would really be an unwise decision. So let's dive into some tactics and even some philosophical school thinking from ancient Romans that I believe can really help you have the right mindset and face these challenges and conquer them. And we'll also talk about what it really takes to escape the cycle and build financial resilience. And stick around until the end of the video where I'll share one of the fastest ways for people to end up homeless and how you can use negative visualization, an ancient Roman Stoic technique, to prevent financial ruin from happening to you. We'll talk about some simple steps that can really make a difference in case you're about to be homeless or if you just want to be mentally prepared. So let's jump right in. In today's world, financial struggles are more common than ever. As Seneca, the famous Stoic philosopher, says, the unforeseen blow lands hardest. This speaks to the idea that when we are unprepared for the bad things that are about to happen to us, it can hit us much harder, both emotionally and psychologically. Now, Seneca emphasizes the importance of mental fortitude and being ready for whatever life throws at us, even if it's unexpected. This is called negative visualization, or premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. This is a central concept in Stoicism, and it involves actively contemplating potential misfortunes and setbacks in advance, with the purpose of preparing the mind for possible challenges. It isn't about obsessing over bad outcomes, but rather about mentally preparing for them so that they are less distressing when they do really happen. With rising costs, inflation, and the uncertainty of natural disasters, living paycheck to paycheck can sometimes make life's unexpected surprises cause major disruptions to our lives. And when most of us can't pay our bills or buy food, we usually resort to temporary fixes like credit cards and loans. So this is usually where the bad turns into worse. Did you know that in ancient Rome, debt was used by the rich sometimes as a mechanism for making money and even acquiring slaves? See, in ancient Rome, there was a debt repayment system called nexum, which means that some debts and contracts had the debtors or the person who owes money to pledge themselves or their family members as collateral to their creditors or the person you have to pay back. If the debtor couldn't repay the loan, they would become slaves until the debt was cleared. While this system was eventually abolished, it serves as a powerful lesson. Debt, if left unchecked, can enslave you. Now, consider the modern parallels: credit card debt, student loans, and mortgage payments. These are our forms of modern-day nexum. The more debt you carry, the more you find yourself trapped, working sometimes several jobs just to pay it off and make ends meet. But the good news is, you don't have to stay there. Once you break free from debts, your labor and salary truly becomes yours to enjoy. So let's take a look at Cato the Younger, a Roman statesman and Stoic philosopher. Unlike many Romans who used debt for power or luxury, Cato rejected the corrupt, wealth-driven politics around him. He chose simple living and self-control, even though he was often pressured by peers to indulge in the excesses of the time. But here's the twist. Cato too faced debt. He actually took out a loan to further his political career, a decision that shows even the virtuous can find themselves financially challenged. But instead of giving in to the temptations of luxury or using corruption to get ahead, he paid off his debt the hard way, with discipline, frugality, and by living within his means. This means he always had money left over at the end of the month. See, Cato didn't escape his debt by indulging in lavish lifestyle or using dishonorable means like doing anything illegal. Instead, he adopted a minimalistic approach. This means he lived very simply, only buying things he really needed in order to live. By living simply and focusing on self-reliance, Cato was able to pay off his debts over time. You see, he lived on a very average salary for his job, avoided further borrowing, and this was very crucial. This means if he was living in today's world and he had a credit card, he would no longer put any more debt on that credit card. His story teaches us that living below your means is the key to financial freedom. It's not about earning more, it's about first needing less. So how can we apply Cato's lessons today? First, understand the dangers of debt. In our modern world, debt is a trap that can keep us tied to our jobs, limit our freedom, and hurt our mental health. Avoiding debt and living within your means can set you free from this modern-day form of enslavement. Second, embrace a minimalistic lifestyle. Cancel those subscriptions. Don't try to keep up with people who are wearing new designer clothes or shoes, and try to eat healthy, simple foods and cook at home. By minimizing unnecessary spending and focusing on what truly matters, you can avoid falling into the trap of consumerism. Marcus Aurelius, a famous Roman emperor and a Stoic, said, "Don't be affected by the opinions of others when they have no relevance in your life." Why care about the approval of people you may not even be friends with or have no place or meaning in your life? Just be you and avoid buying to impress or keep up your image. Just imagine if you became homeless one day. You'll probably really regret all those times when you bought something you really didn't need just because everyone had it, or that salesperson was really nice and you just couldn't say no. So here's the breakdown of Cato's strategy for you. Number 1, stop overspending. Cato didn't buy luxury goods, and neither should you. Question every purchase: do you really need it, or do you just want it? By stopping the habit of overspending, you can break free from the cycle of debt. Number 2, build a financial cushion. Cato knew that preparing for the unexpected was key to survival. In today's world, that means setting up an emergency fund. Research shows that having just enough to cover 1 month of rent and utilities can prevent 81% of homelessness during financial crisis. That 1 month of rent and utilities cushion can give you just enough resilience in times of uncertainty. So figure out what that number is and start putting that money away in a shoebox somewhere. Number 3, live below your means. Cato rejected the pressure to keep up with elites. You can too. Focus on building your financial stability by living below your means, not to impress others, but to ensure that you can weather any storms. Now, as a bonus, here's 2 secret psychological shifts that Cato would probably use today if he were alive. 1, let go of the fear of missing out, or FOMO. People overspend because they feel pressure to keep up with others. When you reject that pressure, you reclaim control over your money. Okay, lesson 2, learn to practice delayed gratification. The Stoic philosophy teaches us patience. So invest now, save now, and enjoy the benefits in the future. Ask yourself, do you want to be old and worrying about your money and regretting you didn't fix your finances earlier? Or would you rather be old and be happy that you worked hard, said no to all those purchases, and now you can retire and truly relax and enjoy the pleasures of retirement? And now you can apply these same principles in your life. Start by tracking your spending and cut out unnecessary expenses. Build a financial cushion and focus on long-term stability rather than short-term desires. And most importantly, don't let debt enslave you. But before we end, let's return to the lesson I promised you earlier: how to avoid one of the fastest ways people end up being homeless. It's increasing rents. In most cases, rising rent is the first reason people become homeless. So the first step is simple: prepare for the worst before it happens. Consider getting a roommate, learning about local shelters, and even moving to a place with a lower cost of living and warm weather, like maybe moving down south. Knowing your options in advance can make all the difference and prepare you mentally so it won't happen at all. And if it did happen, you would at least already have a backup plan. Now, if you found value in today's video, hit the like button and subscribe for more practical advice on how to build financial resilience. Share this video with someone you care about, and let's build financial freedom together. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you faced the fear of possibly losing your home or struggled with the idea of moving to a new place? Are you currently dealing with these challenges? Share your experiences in the comments below, and let's create a space where we can support each other. You never know how your story might help someone, whether it's giving advice, sharing resources, or just offering a word of encouragement. We're in this together. Thank you for watching.